What's going on, guys? Is me, Ish B, here with another episode of Real Ish. Now, in Final Fantasy 16 just launched. I don't know if you guys got it, but I got my copy right here. Now, so far, this game is solid. I'm not gonna say fantastic because there are some gripes that I have with it, but this game is solid. If you got $70 lying around, I know that's a lot to ask. No, I am not sponsored by Square Enix. That would be lovely, but I am not. If you got $70 lying around, Final Fantasy 16 will offer you a lot of entertainment. Not gonna lie, but that's not what I came on this to talk to you guys about. Y'all know I love y'all. I give y'all a shout out every time. Thank you for the support. Thank you for just clicking on the channel, even if you don't watch yet. If you watch further down the line, I respect you so much. I love you all. And I will say that every single time because you guys are the ones that make things like this possible. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I know you can see what's on the back screen or the front screen from wherever angle you're watching it from, but we got a tier list here, and this is Final Fantasy main series, and I thought that this would be a good idea to share my opinions of what I think about the Final Fantasy series. Now, I'm not a robot. I have not played all of them, so the ones that I have not played 100%, I will mention that I have not, but I will still put them on the tier list because I've played a decent amount of the game, if I have not completed it, to share my thoughts and opinions. And if I haven't, we're just not going to put them on a tier list. But let's just jump right into it. Feel free to leave your guys' comments, what you think or how you feel about certain games in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe because the more people that like this, the more get to see it. The more people that subscribe allows me to put out more content. It also allows me to focus more on this, which is what I love to do. I love to inform y'all, share my opinions, get opinions from the community, and just be knowledgeable. And I mean, not have to work Monday through Friday, 7 to 4 or 6 to 3 or 7 to 7, 6 to 6, corporate America shit. But again, let's get right into it. I wish these were in order. They're not, but that's fine. So, Final Fantasy 1, Crystal Bearers, Warrior of Light. It's going to be an A. It's an A for me. The story is very generic. Yes, go to each kingdom, get the crystals. Warrior of Light, has to save the day, but it has the job system. And the job system for me is very important because I am someone that likes to make these decisions. If I can switch the job of anyone in my team to just mix shit up or just test shit out, that's awesome. Again, very generic story. Crystal Bearers, beat the bad guy, save the crystals, use the power. It's fine, but this is what got us through the door. It's Final Fantasy 1, y'all. Warrior of Light. This man needs to be praised. A rank. Final Fantasy 2. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't like the fact that they got rid of the level up system. Emperor, super cool. Not saying he isn't. But Furion's a cool character. Bandana, jewels, dope looking sword, but I didn't beat the game 100%. I did not. And I told you guys that I would let y'all know. I did not beat the game 100%. But at the same time, I just didn't have the drive to. Maybe one day I will. Once I become that big bad OD streamer, I promise y'all, I'll do a Final Fantasy 2 playthrough 100%. But until that day, Final Fantasy 2 is going to be sitting in that B. I'm sorry. Final Fantasy 3. Here it is. A. I played Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 3 is also Crystal Bearers. I played Final Fantasy 3 on the DS. The remake, I believe it was the remake of Final Fantasy 3. Amazing. Archer is amazing. Get that Archer, you get the best bow, you get barrage. Damage. Damage on top of damage on top of damage. I stayed up all night playing this game. Amazing. Final Fantasy 3 is amazing. Again, generic story. It's the crystal bearers. You switch jobs. You find out what's broken. But that's fine. It is okay to not have a story revolving around your main characters that you get to name yourself. And it's okay. You can still have a good game from battle system, from the antagonist. It's a good game. Period. Final Fantasy 3, A rank. Final Fantasy 4, your boy Cecil, Garland, Kane, Rydia, A. I just want to let y'all know, Dark Knight, amazing. Amazing. You play as Cecil Harvey, Dark Knight. On the PlayStation version, when it was remade, and it was Final Fantasy Chronicles is what it was called. And for some reason, it was paired with Chrono Trigger, which was the worst port ever. Loading in between battles is like 30 seconds. Don't get me started. This isn't a Chrono Trigger video. However, we can make one of those, but I digress. Final Fantasy 4. Cecil Harvey starts off as a Dark Knight, changes to a Paladin. PlayStation version, he gets Dark Wave. Takes out of his HP, but that's okay, because that's what we know Dark Knights to be. Sacrifice your HP, hit hard as fuck. That's what we like, and that's what we got. Kane, Highwind. Do I need to say more? Rydia, Summoner, super cool. You got Galuf, you got Porum, and I don't remember the other one's name. One of them is Porum, one of them is something else. You got Yang, you got... The game is good. The game is great. Okay? The game is great. A rank. I did not play the after story, so we're gonna leave that down here. Sorry to say. Final Fantasy V. But also another crystal. It's the story of the crystal, but you actually have a main character that's named. I didn't beat it all the way through, but my favorite class was the sorcerer, or magic knight, I think it was. It had a turban, it had the jewel, it can do fire sword, it can do magic sword for the most part. Loved that class. I don't even know if that class was good, but I loved it. I played it when I was a kid. Like, anything that can do magic sword was just the shit to me. Again, I have no idea if it was good or not, but I fucking liked it. So for me, that's gonna be an A. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. This is my tier list. If you want to make your own tier list, make your own tier list. But this is my shit. All right? Moving on. Final Fantasy 6. This is a fucking no-brainer. I'm sorry that I'm screaming in the mic. This is a no-brainer. Final Fantasy 6 is an S rank. From having 6 characters, I believe it's 6. Don't quote me. Literally having their own play style. There's hidden limit breaks. There's like 30 different summons that all come with their own magics and stuff like that. Terra herself is a summon. And the game starts off with you in a mech. And you're just it's a Reaper. You're in a Reaper. You're in a Reaper, and you're walking through the snow with Biggs and Wedge. Iconic names, by the way. And music is playing. It's fucking iconic. Kefka is fucking iconic. Final Fantasy VI is fucking... You thought I was gonna say... But it's fucking incredible. Final Fantasy VI is incredible. Moving on. Final Fantasy VII. It's like the highest regarded Final Fantasy game out there. Now, I personally don't have an issue with Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII is a fantastic game. For me, Final Fantasy VII's an A. It's an A. I didn't get immersed with the universe as much as everyone else did. That's not to take away that it's not a great game. It's a fantastic game. It's just, for me, it's alright. It's alright. Cloud is cool, but he has no personality. Aerith is cool, but she gets fucking offed. Sephiroth is amazing, but he's fucking everywhere. Final Fantasy VII is a great game. If you like customization, you like super OD boss, post-game boss battles, if you like grinding your fucking life away, Final Fantasy VII is the game for you. The story's also pretty legit too. But I mean, you got the remake, so just play the fucking remake. If you like a streamlined game, if you want to take 80 hours of gameplay and streamline it into one disc and then have, like, you know, the whole game fucking overhauled, play a remake. I guarantee you it's worth your time. And we're moving on. Final Fantasy VIII. B. It's not in B because the story is shit. The story is actually really fucking amazing. If I was basing this tier list off of just amazing gameplay, gameplay, story, then Final Fantasy VIII would be a BS right next to 6. However, I'm not. I'm basing it on overall. Characters, amazing. Story, solid. Battle, garbage. I'm sorry. But the fact that I can go outside within the first hour and level up to 99 is fucking ridiculous. I actually have a save state where I played the game for 4 hours, got Zell and Squall to level 99, broke the stat cap to the point where I was able to use my third limit break with Squall, which all his limit breaks are locked to weapons. And I was actually able to use my third limit break because I pushed my stats so fucking crazy. That should never happen. I don't know if that was a glitch. I don't know if I found some shit out. But I never shared it unless I was with, like, unless you count, like, my super close friends and family. But I think the fact that you can just level up to 99 within, like, the first 4 hours of the game just kind of, like, it kind of kills the game for me. It's the boundaries for me. And we're moving on. Squall's super awesome, though. The game is definitely worth playing. Just don't level to 99 within the first 4 hours, and I think you're straight. Final Fantasy IX. Anyone that knows me knows Final Fantasy IX is going right here. Right there. It's a classic take on the Crystal Bearers. You don't get to change jobs, but each individual character that comes in your party has a job that can learn specific skills off of equipment. Zidane, Thief. Vivi, Black Mage. Steiner, Knight. Amaranth, Ninja. Aiko, Summoner. Garnet, Summoner. Am I forgetting anyone? Quina, Blue Mage. The game is perfect. It might come off a little different because like going from 8 to 9, the characters have like shrunk in stature. And your main character has a fucking monkey tail, and it's just like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? But trust me, when I say Final Fantasy IX is worth playing, weapons look different. There's so many skills. Each character has a plethora of limit breaks. The game is worth playing. Trust me. And if it gets this remake like they claim it's gonna get, then I guarantee you, like, I will melt into my fucking socks, into my shoes, into the earth. Okay? Because I will play that shit until I'm a fucking zombie. And that's... whatever that even fucking means, that's what I mean. Next game. Final Fantasy X. S tier. Why does that keep popping up? Final Fantasy X is S tier. The only downside of Final Fantasy X, there's three downsides to Final Fantasy X. One downside is there's only 3 characters that matter. And that's Waka, Riku, and Tidus. Yes, his name is fucking Tidus. I know it's spelled Tidus. It's fucking Tidus. And I know you guys are just like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. His name is Tidus. The second thing about the game is the story is sad as fuck. Like, the story is legitimately sad. Like, it's sad. Like, if you haven't played it, I'm not going to spoil it, which is crazy because I've spoiled literally everything else I've just talked about. I'm not going to spoil 10. I love 10. It's not my baby, but it's also my baby. Ooh, my baby. Taskmaster. But it's a great game. The third thing about 10 that I'm not fully on board with is that if you really grind the game out like 100% completion, like I did, platinum trophy, you are gonna realize that the characters become less unique and more of just each other. The only thing that differentiates the characters are the limit breaks. And I'm not gonna lie to you, towards the end of the game, doing limit breaks is literally pointless. So that one aspect that had everyone feeling different now doesn't matter. Surprise! Those are my 3 reasons for why Final Fantasy X lacks a little bit, but obviously it's not enough to knock it out of S tier for me, because Final Fantasy X is fucking solid. Moving on. 11. Now 11's an MMO. I'm an MMO junkie. So just from saying those 2 things, you should know that Final Fantasy 11 is going right here. S tier. The last time I played it was maybe 10 years ago, but that doesn't take away from the experience that I had with it. It's a very old school MMO. Well, it was. Now it's very different. But before, it was, you get a party, you fight some bosses to get some good ass gear, and it's just a great time. If you want to jump into the universe now, you absolutely can. And you don't even need, it would be nice if you had friends to play it with, because that makes the experience that much better. But even if you don't, they enabled where you can, get NPCs to help you. And the NPCs are actually competent. So if you want, or even just, there's private servers out there. There's YouTube videos of gameplay. I wish I was recording back then, because I have tons of hours in that game. It's a fantastic game. Honestly, I wish more MMOs were like 11, old school 11. But we all know that can't exist in this day and age, which is unfortunate. But 11 for me is at the top. It's at the top. Moving on. 12. Now, my best friend loves 12. Favorite game of all time. I got 12 when it first came out for PlayStation 2, played it a little bit, and then stopped playing it. Then when it remastered for PS4, I got it, played it through, beat the game, beat the hardest boss, and it's okay. For me, it's okay. It feels like Star Wars mixed with Final Fantasy, which when you put those 2 together, you're just like, oh shit, that sounds fucking amazing. It's fantastic. How could you not love that? Meh. It's okay. For me, it's okay. If I was to compare them to other Final Fantasy games, it's like a mashup of 10 with the leveling system, or the license point system. I'm not gonna break down any of these terminologies. I really want you guys to, if it sounds interesting to you, I want you guys to play it and then tell me your thoughts on it. That's what real-ish is, and that's who I am. And hi, hello, nice to meet you. So for me, it's going to be an A. Very close to being a B. It's a B. It's a B for me. It's the B for me. Sorry, guys. Sorry, James. It's a B for me. Mind you, I beat the game. It's a B for me. Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 13. S rank. For me, this game was fucking fantastic. For the lull from 12 to 13, this game was fucking fantastic. You had the job system. You had the leveling system where people couldn't cross over. You had simplified limit breaks. You had summons. It was linear, yes, but it was the Final Fantasy X linear, where it's like, okay, story. Oh shit, you're at the end of the game. Now you can do all this. And the game was hard because you could only get money from doing hunts. That's it. Money came from hunts, which were labeled as like side quests. That's how you got money in the game. And obviously selling your shit. That made the game hard. But the story is fantastic. The story, again, is fantastic. Character development, fantastic. The battle system, paradigm shift, fantastic. The music, beautiful. It was gorgeous. If I could fucking see the music notes in the air, like, fantastic. I don't even know what that meant. Fantastic. Moving on. Final Fantasy 14, MMO. I have a love-hate relationship with Final Fantasy 14. Now, I'm not a hardcore raider. I don't do the ultimate fights. But I feel like this game, it needs more oomph. It needs what 11 had in it. It needs special gear. It needs relics that actually matter. It needs set pieces. It needs ongoing content. It needs content like every 2 months. Right now it gets content like every 3 and 4 months, and that might be good for some. And again, I'm not an ultimate raider. I'm not a hardcore raider. I even skipped this last raid tier. But if this game was releasing content every 2 months and it had set pieces and relics that did the same shit that happened in 11, then like I would never put this game down. But shout out to Yoshi. He brought this game back from the dead. The game is fucking, for what it is, the game is solid. It's an A. It's a beautiful game. The story is fantastic. The music is fantastic. It's a love letter to Final Fantasy. And who does not want that? Like, let's be honest. Who doesn't want that? It's an amazing game. And thank you, Yoshi, for casting full life on this fucking game, because it needed it. We're actually going to move it up to behind 7. Final Fantasy 15. It's a B. It's behind 12. Final Fantasy 15, it had a rough start, right? It was rough. They overpromised, they underdelivered. The story wasn't finished. I bought the deluxe edition. I didn't play any of the DLC. It took too long to come out. There was one fucking map. Your car was an airship. Sid was a woman, which I honestly don't mind because she was fucking awesome. But like, what was even going on? It's a B. It's at the end. It's a C. It's in the grave. We actually skipped over a game that I definitely played. We skipped over 2 games that I definitely played. So we're revisiting those right now. Final Fantasy X-2. I don't want to give you guys the wrong opinion, but I'm going to air it. Final Fantasy X-2 had a fantastic story if you got the good ending. The story was fantastic if you got the good ending. If you didn't get the good ending, then your ass needs to go and play the game and get the good ending. Because Tidus does come back. Yeah, I spoiled it, but I don't give a fuck. Because it's awesome. Class changes back. Weapons don't look different. You only play as 3 characters. Femme Fatale. Super awesome to see 2 other people. I love a game that continues off a strong universe, but then I don't love a game that continues off a strong universe that lets me down in that universe. They took out Summoner, which they could have definitely found a reason to have that back in. It's just weird. And they're talking about doing a Final Fantasy 13-3, where a lot of people are saying we don't need it, which we really don't. But whatever they choose to do, don't fuck it up. 10-2 is good. It's not great, it's good. But I got nothing. It's a B for me. And then 13-2. I know that you guys might not think that I'm right in the head, which you're absolutely correct. I am fucking nuts. I'm actually cashews. It's a great game. I fucking platinumed it. It introduces the pet system. You play as Lightning's sister. You play as Noah. It's bringing back the time, playing on the time. I love it. It's so good. The story is fucked. The gameplay is awesome. It's super fun. Give it a shot. Just give it a shot, and I guarantee it's like high stakes Pokemon made by Square Enix. And if that's not good enough for you, then oh well. Go play it. You'll like it. The music is solid too. So there you go. There's another reason. Final Fantasy IV After Years, Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns, and Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings. I did not play. I'm sorry that I didn't, but I didn't. But that's my Final Fantasy tier list. And honestly, once I beat 16, I will share my thoughts on 16. I already have some gripes about it. I'm sure a lot of people also feel the same way. I'll air some of them right now. The camera angles are garbage. The lock-on system is garbage. Toggling on lock-on is not good. Those are the only issues I have with it right now, to be completely honest. And it's some things that can be fixed in an update. So whoever watches this, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell Yoshi to tell a friend to tell the battle designer, which was like the Devil May Cry dude, to tell a friend to tell Capcom to tell Yoshi again, just to fix those things. And then the game will be fucking fantastic, because the story is fucking bananas. It's a great fucking game. But with that being said, that's real-ish. That's me. Nice to meet you. Peace.